Day 4 of our cruise through Greece on Virgin Voyage. And actually today we woke up in Bodrum, Turkey. Yeah, so taking a little detour out of the Greek Isles and checking out some action over in Turkey. Woke up, went to the galley to grab some breakfast. Guys, how many times have I said the food here on this ship is really unbelievable? Would like to reiterate, this is not a sponsored post. So excited to explore a little bit of Turkey. We really didn't have any specific plans for this stop. We knew that there were a lot of small kind of cafes with beach access right off the ship. This was one of the ports that we were able to completely dock, so there was no tenders that we had to deal with, so we could really kind of come and go as we please. So we packed our bags and went out searching for our location for the day. Turkey was gorgeous. Check it out. So we found this restaurant called Churchill, and it was so good. You can see that these are pebble beaches, like little tiny pebbles. And so you really needed to wear your shoes or it was a little uncomfortable. So making this, beach club stop number 2? Yes, we're here for all the beach clubs. There was a little language barrier with ordering our food and cocktails. So Cassie just had them bring us like a bar. And she was our bartender. And we sat there and enjoyed this crystal blue water, had cocktails. Let me tell you guys, Turkey was absolutely the most inexpensive place that we stayed. Everything was so affordable. In order to sit in these kind of beachside chairs, they just asked you to spend at least $20 on food and drinks. And I was like, that will be absolutely no problem. But your money goes a really long way in Turkey. So this is actually an area that I would love to come back and maybe explore for a longer period. This is the Churchill Cafe that we found. It was so cute inside. Check it out. The food was delicious. The vibes were amazing. Throughout the entire week, other than Athens, the heat was not bad at all. It was very pleasant. There was such a breeze everywhere we went. We were able to lay in the sun and enjoy with kind of no issues. So we spent most of the day on the beach in Turkey, and then we walked back, had to grab our daily ice cream, lick it till you scream, and grabbed a late lunch with this view. Like, are you kidding me? It's unbelievable. This is just some of the treats that we had in the galley. Again, the galley is like their elevated version of a buffet. And then we found frozen espresso martini cocktails by the pool. And I'm so glad that we found these on day 4 because had we found them sooner, we would be in big trouble. Went back to the room and then I look out my balcony and there's like this school of these tiny sailboats all over. It was so cute. That night we headed down to the Test Kitchen, which is such a fun restaurant on the boat. It is kind of like a elevated culinary experience. It is a kind of pre-course meal. This was like a mushroom mousse. And the food looks interesting, but it tasted amazing. So that was course number 1. We had mushrooms. Then they brought out this smoke dome. The presentation was so fun, so amazing. This was like some peas with an egg yolk in it. Again, chef's kiss. So good. I am all about a fun culinary experience. So this particular restaurant has the same menu for the first half of the cruise. And then if you want to experience it again, they switch up the menu and do something different for the second half of the cruise. This was like a scallop dish with a broth. The main course was this amazing filet with this potato croquette. And then we had the cheese dessert. And then we had a fabulous chocolate cake. And then it was off to the Scarlet Night, a big party on the ship. Again, what I love about Virgin is they absolutely had tons of activities where if you wanted to be amongst the people in the crowds, partying it up, you could be there. And this was definitely one of those nights. They had all their entertainment staff out there. Everyone's in red. This kind of like freaked me out because everywhere you walked, everyone is red. So we did kind of like a drive-by by this party. And I was like, guys, let's go down there and check it out. And then we did, and we ran into a lobster. Like, anything goes. It was a pool party. So again, anything goes on the Virgin ship. So we checked that out for a little bit and then decided that it was time to head down to our personal favorite water hole, which was on the rocks. We love this bar. There were two bands that would rotate kind of through each night, and they were phenomenal. Like, they knew their audience. They were playing all my favorite songs. People were up grooving and dancing, having my nightly ice cream treat from Doha, because the ice cream store unfortunately closes at 10 and mama needs a sweet treat. So we pretty much ended almost every night on the rocks and this is a boozy milkshake, so it was like right up my alley. No wonder I came back with so much inflammation. It was a great day.